There are moments in life that define us, not by what happens on the outside, but by the seismic shift that occurs within the deepest chambers of our soul. You did not click on this video by accident. The algorithm may have presented it, but the Spirit guided your hand. You are here because you have felt it. That subtle vibration in the air, that hum in the back of your mind, that undeniable pressure in your chest that feels like anxiety but is actually anticipation. Today, specifically around the energy of January 22nd, marks a threshold. You are standing at the precipice of a prophetic shift, a timeline jump that has been orchestrated for you since before you took your first breath. Listen closely, because the next 17 minutes are not just a duration of time, they are a portal. We are going to walk through the symptoms you have been ignoring, the pain you have been misunderstanding, and the glory that is about to be revealed. If you stay with me until the very end, the confusion that has clouded your vision for the last 6 months will evaporate. Let's begin with the elephant in the room. You feel strange. For the past few weeks, perhaps intensifying in the last 48 hours, you have felt a profound sense of restlessness. It is not just boredom, it is a spiritual attention. You need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you, and strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuzazuru readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment. You look at your life, your job, your home, your relationships, and even if things are technically fine on paper, you feel a deep, gnawing sense that you do not belong here anymore. This is not depression. This is not ingratitude. This is what we call holy dissatisfaction. It is the first and most critical sign that a prophetic shift is imminent. Imagine a baby in the womb. For 9 months, the womb is the perfect environment. It is warm, it is safe, it provides everything the baby needs. But there comes a moment when that sanctuary becomes a prison. If the baby stays in the womb past the appointed time, what was once life-giving becomes life-threatening. The pressure, the cramping, the discomfort, these are not signs that something is wrong. They are signs that the baby has grown too big for its current container. You are that child right now. The agitation you feel is spiritual labor. You are trying to stretch wings in a space that was built for your crawling phase. I want you to take a deep breath right now. Inhale deeply, bead, and exhale. Do you feel that tension release? That tension is the friction between who you were and who you are becoming. Many of you have been waking up at odd hours. Is it happening to you? You jolt awake at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., or 4 a.m. You look at the clock, groggy, frustrated, wondering why you cannot sleep through the night. You might reach for your phone, scroll through social media, or try to force yourself back into unconsciousness. Stop doing that. In the spiritual tradition, and even observed in the sleeping patterns of great mystics and visionaries throughout history, this window is known as the Watch of the Lord, or the Creator's Hours. The veil between the physical realm and the spiritual realm is thinnest at this time. The reason you are waking up is not insomnia, it is an invitation. It is a summons. The divine is trying to download strategies, wisdom, and comfort into your spirit, but he cannot do it while you are distracted by the noise of the day. When the world is silent, your spirit is loudest. If this has been happening to you, I want you to confirm it right now. Go down to the comments and simply type, "I am listening." Let that be your signal to the universe that you are no longer hitting the snooze button on your destiny. Think about the last time you tried to open a door that was locked. You rattled the handle, you pushed, you pulled, you felt frustration rising. Lately, it feels like every door you try to walk through is slammed in your face. Projects fall through, clients cancel, friends stop calling. You feel isolated, perhaps even rejected. The human ego interprets this as failure. We think, what is wrong with me? Why is everyone leaving? Why is the money drying up? But let's look at this through the lens of the prophetic shift. A shepherd does not leave the sheep in a pasture that has been grazed down to the dirt. He moves them. But sheep are creatures of habit. They want to stay where they are comfortable. So the shepherd must sometimes use his staff to prod them, or his dogs to bark at their heels, to get them moving toward green pastures they cannot yet see. The rejection you are facing is actually divine protection. Those people who walked out of your life, they were not equipped to handle the frequency you are stepping into. If they had stayed, they would have become anchors, dragging you down when you are meant to soar. The job you lost or the promotion you didn't get, it was a mercy. It was the universe closing a door that led to a dead end, so you would be forced to look for the hallway that leads to the palace. We need to talk about the concept of divine eviction. There are times in our lives when we get too comfortable in our dysfunction. We learn to tolerate a job that drains our soul because it pays the bills. We stay in friendships that are one-sided because we fear loneliness. We accept mediocrity because it is familiar. But you are a chosen one. You have a marking on your spirit that forbids you from settling for less than your potential. Because of this, the universe will not let you get comfortable in a place you have outgrown. It will make the nest thorny. Have you ever seen an eagle build a nest? They line it with soft fur and feathers, but underneath there are sharp rocks and thorns. When it is time for the eaglets to fly, the mother eagle begins to stir the nest. She pulls out the soft padding, exposing the thorns. The eaglets become uncomfortable. They start to move around, agitated. They think their mother has turned against them, but she is not hurting them. She is making the nest so uncomfortable that the fear of jumping becomes less than the pain of staying. That is where you are right now. The thorns are poking you. The finances are tight. The relationships are strained. It is not punishment, it is preparation. You are being pushed out of the nest because you were born to fly, not to sit. Before I reveal the specific nature of the shift happening in the next 17 minutes of your awareness, I want you to reflect on your physical body. Many of you have been experiencing unexplained fatigue, dizziness, or even sudden bursts of energy that make your heart race. Science tells us that our bodies are electric. We are biomagnetic beings. When the Earth's resonance shifts, what scientists call the Schumann resonance, sensitive individuals feel it physically. We are currently in a period of high solar activity and energetic influx. Your physical vessel is upgrading to hold more light. It is like trying to run high-definition software on an old computer. The hardware heats up, it lags, it glitches. Be patient with your body, drink more water, ground yourself in nature. You are literally being rewired at a cellular level to carry a heavier weight of glory. This is why you feel like you are vibrating. You are becoming a match for a new reality. Let's address the financial pressure, because I know for many of you, this is the heaviest burden. You look at your bank account, and it does not reflect your worth or your hard work. You feel like you are pouring water into a bucket with a hole in it. The logic of the world says, work harder, save more, hustle. But the logic of the kingdom, the logic of the spirit, operates differently. There is a principle of provision for the vision. You are in a transition zone. You have left the land of slavery, the old way of earning, the old mindset of scarcity, but you have not yet entered the promised land of abundance. You are in the wilderness. And in the wilderness, manna falls daily. It requires trust. The financial squeeze you are feeling is designed to break your dependence on the system and anchor your trust in the source. It is terrifying, yes, but every person who has ever achieved greatness has walked through this valley. It is the fire that burns away the impurity of greed and fear, leaving only the pure gold of faith. You are not going broke. You are being positioned for a transfer of wealth that requires a character capable of handling it without being destroyed by it. Now consider the people around you. This is the hardest part for many. You feel a growing distance between you and your family or your oldest friends. You speak, but they don't seem to hear you. You share your dreams and they look at you with blank stares or, worse, cynicism. You feel like a stranger in your own home. This is the separation season. In ancient texts, before a leader was anointed, they were often sent into isolation. David was alone in the fields. Moses was alone in the desert. Jesus went into the wilderness. Isolation is the dark room where the picture of your future is developed. Do not beg people to stay who have already checked out energetically. Do not lower your frequency to meet them. Stay high and let them fall away if they must. It is painful, I know. It hurts to outgrow people you love. But you cannot carry everyone to the summit. Some people are meant for the base camp of your life, not the peak. Bless them, love them, but release them. Your destiny is too important to be weighed down by the emotional baggage of others. We are approaching the core revelation of this message. The number 17 is significant. In numerology and biblical symbolism, 17 represents victory and overcoming the enemy. It signifies a complete victory after a period of trial. When I say everything changes in 17 minutes, I am speaking to the quantum nature of decision. It takes time to prepare, years to learn, but the actual moment of transformation is instantaneous. It happens in the blink of an eye. It happens when you finally decide. The 17 minutes we are sharing here are designed to bring your conscious and subconscious mind into alignment. Right now, your reticular activating system, the part of your brain that filters reality, is being reprogrammed. By listening to these words, by validating your pain, you are telling your brain, this is not a threat, this is a path. You are switching from a state of fight or flight to a state of receive and ascend. I want to challenge you, yes, you, the one watching this alone in your room or listening on your commute, feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. I challenge you to stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances. You are not a victim. You are a student, and the exam is about to end. The teacher is always silent during the test. That is why you have felt like God is silent, or the universe is ignoring you. The silence is not absence. It is trust. The divine trusts you to use what you have learned. But the test is concluding, the pencils are being put down, the grade is being recorded, and because you have endured, because you have kept your heart open despite the betrayal, because you have kept trying despite the failures, the reward is going to be exponential. There is a specific prophecy hovering over this date, January 22nd. It is a mirror date in some respects, a time of duality resolving into unity. It represents the bridge between the old you and the new you. Think of the butterfly. The most violent part of the butterfly's life is not the caterpillar stage, nor the flying stage. It is the emergence. The chrysalis must be torn apart. If you were to look at a chrysalis during this process, it looks like a mess. It looks like destruction. But it is construction. You are in the emergence phase. The walls are tearing. The light is blinding. The air feels too thin. But you are about to spread wings you didn't know you had. Let's go deeper into the holy dissatisfaction. This feeling is your compass. If you were perfectly content in your current situation, you would never move. You would stagnate. And stagnation is death to a chosen one. You have a mission. There are books you need to write, businesses you need to start, people you need to heal, songs you need to sing. The universe is making your current reality intolerable so that you will finally muster the courage to build your new reality. Do not medicate this feeling. Do not drink it away, smoke it away, or scroll it away. Sit with it. Let it burn. Ask it, "What are you trying to show me?" That discomfort is the fuel for your rocket ship. Without it, you have no propulsion. I know your mind is fighting this. Your logical mind is saying, "But I have bills to pay on Friday, but my car needs repairs, but my partner is threatening to leave." I am not minimizing those facts. They are real in the third dimension, but they are subject to the laws of the fourth and fifth dimensions. When you shift your internal state, the external world must rearrange itself to match you. It is a law of physics. As within, so without. Until now, you have been trying to change the reflection in the mirror without changing your face. You have been trying to fix your finances without fixing your scarcity mindset. You have been trying to fix your relationships without fixing your self-worth. This prophetic shift is an inside job, and it is happening right now. Can you feel the heat in your hands? Can you feel the tingling in your spine? That is your energy centers waking up. Here is the secret that most people miss. The breakthrough usually comes right after the breakdown. The darkest part of the night is literally moments before the dawn. You feel like you are breaking, but you are actually breaking through. The shell is cracking. Do not try to tape the shell back together. Let it shatter. The version of you that was a people pleaser is dying. Let it die. The version of you that lived in fear of lack is dying. Let it die. The version of you that needed external validation to feel worthy is dying. Good riddance. The new you is rising from the ashes, powerful, sovereign, and anointed. I want you to imagine your life 6 months from now. If you surrender to this shift, if you stop fighting the current and let it carry you, where will you be? Imagine the debt paid. Imagine the toxic relationships replaced by soul tribe connections. Imagine waking up with a sense of purpose so strong it pulls you out of bed before the alarm. This is not a fantasy. This is a memory of your future. It already exists in the quantum field. You just have to tune your radio dial to that station. Right now, you are listening to the static of the old station, while trying to hear the music of the new one. January 22nd is the day you grab the dial and turn it firmly. No more static, clear signal. You might be asking, how do I do this? What is the practical step? The first step is acceptance. Accept that the old season is over. Stop grieving what was lost and start celebrating what is coming. The second step is active waiting. This doesn't mean sitting on the couch. It means preparing. If you are asking for rain, dig the ditches. If you are asking for a business, write the plan. If you are asking for love, heal your heart. Show the universe you are serious. And the third step is silence. Stop telling everyone your next move. Stop casting your pearls before swine. Keep your dreams incubated in the secret place until they are strong enough to defend themselves. The 17 minutes are almost up. We are nearing the point of activation. I want to speak directly to your spirit now. You are not crazy. You are not cursed. You are chosen. The battles you have fought were not because you did something wrong, but because you are carrying something right. The enemy, the force of resistance, always attacks the threat. You are a threat to mediocrity. You are a threat to generational curses. You are the one who breaks the chain. Of course, it has been hard. Breaking chains requires force. But the chain is broken. The link has snapped. You are free, even if you are still standing in the cell. The door is open. Walk out. In these final moments of our connection, I want to activate a prophetic decree over your life. I want you to receive this with your whole heart. If you are in a safe place, open your hands, palms facing upward. This is the posture of receiving. I decree that the delay is over. The holding pattern you have been circling in for years is broken. I speak clarity to your mind. The fog is lifting. You will know exactly what to do, who to call, and where to go. I speak restoration to your finances. Money comes to you easily, frequently, and from unexpected sources. You are a money magnet because you are a kingdom financier. I speak healing to your body. Every cell aligns with the blueprint of perfect health. I speak peace to your home. Chaos must flee at the sound of your voice. You are the thermostat of your environment, not the thermometer. You set the temperature. You do not just reflect it. As this video ends, do not just click to the next thing. Do not let the algorithm drag you back into cat videos or news cycles of fear. Sit in silence for a moment. Let this download settle. You might feel emotional. You might cry. Let the tears flow. They are liquid prayers. They are washing your spiritual eyes so you can see the new path. Remember, the universe does not make mistakes. The timing is perfect. You are reading this, hearing this, feeling this exactly when you were meant to. The 17 minutes of recalibration are complete. The shift has occurred. You are now operating on a new timeline. The old you would have doubted this. The new you knows it is true. Before you go, there is one law of the universe you must engage, the law of reciprocity. Energy must flow. If you received value from this, if you felt the shift, you must release energy back to seal it. The simplest way is to engage with this message. Like the video, not for the algorithm, but as a digital amen. Subscribe to the channel, not for the numbers, but to align yourself with this community of light. And most importantly, share this. There is someone in your life, perhaps a friend you haven't spoken to in a while, who needs to hear this. They are drowning in confusion, and you hold the lifeline. Send this to them. Be the vessel of their breakthrough. And finally, I have a challenge for you, a prophetic act. Go to the comments section and declare your new reality. Do not write, "I hope." Write, "I am." Write, "I am ready for my shift." Write, "I am walking through the open door." Your words have creative power. When you write it, you cast a spell, a spelling over your life. Do it now. The transition is done. The labor is over. The birth has begun. Welcome to your new life, chosen one. The world has been waiting for you to wake up. And now you are wide awake. Walk in power. Walk in peace. And know that you are never, ever alone. The entire host of heaven walks beside you. Go now and be great. The clock has started. Everything has changed. Aqui está a continuação imediata do roteiro, desenvolvida para adicionar profundidade, retenção e valor prático, totalizando a expansão solicitada. O texto foca na fase de integração e nos testes que ocorrem após a ativação espiritual, mantendo o tom de conversa íntima e autoritária. But wait. Do not close this video yet. If you are still here, if you are still listening to the sound of my voice after the benediction, it means you are part of the 1%. You are the remnant. You are the seeker who does not just want the sugar rush of motivation. You want the meat of transformation. Most people have already clicked away. They took the amen and ran back to their distractions. But you stayed. And because you stayed, I am going to share with you the secret chapter. This is the information that usually only comes in high-level mastermind groups or ancient mystery schools, but your spirit demanded it, so I am compelled to release it. We just spoke about the shift. We spoke about the breakthrough. But nobody tells you what happens in the 48 hours immediately following a massive spiritual download. This is where 90% of people fail. They receive the energy, they feel the high, but they do not know how to hold the charge. Listen to me closely. When you shift your frequency, your reality does not change instantly. There is a lag time. This is the echo phase. Just like when a large ship turns its rudder, the momentum carries it in the old direction for a while before the new course takes hold. In the next few days, you are going to experience what looks like the opposite of what you decreed. You asked for peace, so chaos might erupt in your kitchen tomorrow morning. You asked for wealth, So an unexpected bill might hit your mailbox on Tuesday. You asked for love, so you might feel a sudden, crushing wave of loneliness. Do not panic. This is not a sign that it didn't work. This is the sign that it is working. This is the sediment at the bottom of the glass being stirred up so it can be flushed out. The universe is clearing the space for the furniture you just ordered. When you see the chaos, do not engage with it emotionally. Stand back as an observer. Say to yourself, look at that. The old programming is leaving the building. Let's get scientific for a moment, because I know your logical mind needs to chew on something. This isn't just magic. This is neuroscience. Your brain has a reticular activating system, the RAS. For 30, 40, maybe 50 years, your RAS has been programmed to filter the world to match your belief that life is hard, money is scarce, and love is painful. We just jammed a new code into the system. Your brain is now in a state of cognitive dissonance. It is trying to reconcile the new I am with the old reality. This creates friction. You might feel physically tired. You might get a headache right behind your eyes. You might feel a sudden need to sleep or a sudden burst of anxiety. Treat your body with extreme kindness right now. Drink more water than usual. Water conducts electricity, and you are literally upgrading your electrical system. Now, I need to warn you about the vampire effect. As your light gets brighter, it attracts two things, other light and moths. The moths are the energy vampires in your life. They sense you are changing. They sense you are no longer available to be their emotional trash can. They will try to pull you back down to their level because your elevation makes them feel insecure about their stagnation. This could be a co-worker, a family member, or a lifelong friend. They will say things like, "You've changed," or "You're acting weird." When they say you've changed, do not apologize. Look them in the eye and say, "Thank you. That was the point." You are not responsible for managing their reaction to your growth. You are only responsible for your own alignment. I want to give you a tool. A practical, tangible tool to navigate the bridge of incidents. This is the series of events that leads you from where you are to where you want to be. The bridge of incidents is rarely a straight line. It often looks like a detour. You might get fired next week. I know that sounds terrible, but what if that job is the only thing standing between you and the business you were born to build? You might get broken up with. What if that relationship is the block keeping you from your soulmate? When a door slams in your face, do not stand there banging on it. Turn around. The open door is behind you. Here is the technique. I call it the 24-hour diet. No, not for food, for your words. For the next 24 hours, I challenge you to monitor every single sentence that comes out of your mouth. If you catch yourself complaining, cancel it immediately. If you catch yourself gossiping, stop mid-sentence. If you catch yourself engaging in self-deprecating humor, telling people how clumsy, broke, or tired you are, stop it. Your words are the software code of your reality. You cannot write a new program while inserting viruses into the code. If you slip up, simply say, "Cancel, clear, delete," and restate the truth. "I am so tired" becomes, "I am resting and recharging." "I am broke" becomes, "I am in a transition period of financial growth." It feels silly at first. Do it anyway. The subconscious mind does not have a sense of humor. It takes everything you say as a command. Let's go deeper into the psychology of the upper limit problem. This is a concept that affects high achievers, especially those of us who have been around the block a few times. We all have an internal thermostat for how much happiness, success, and love we allow ourselves to feel. When you exceed that setting, when things start going really well, your subconscious hits the panic button. It thinks, "This is too good to be true. Something bad is about to happen." So you self-sabotage. You pick a fight with your spouse right before a romantic dinner. You get sick right before a big presentation. You spend money you don't have right after getting a bonus. Recognize this mechanism. It is the ego trying to keep you safe in the familiar zone, even if the familiar zone is miserable. When you feel that anxiety rising because things are going too well, take a deep breath. Put your hand on your heart. Tell yourself, it is safe to be happy. It is safe to be wealthy. It is safe to be loved. I expand my capacity to receive. Visualize your internal container stretching, growing wider and deeper, making room for the abundance that is pouring in. Now I want to address the skeptics who might still be lurking in the back of your mind. The voice that says, I've tried positive thinking before, and it didn't work. You didn't try it. You dabbled in it. You treated it like a lottery ticket instead of a lifestyle. You cannot go to the gym for one day, eat a salad, and expect to look like an Olympian the next morning. Spiritual fitness is exactly the same as physical fitness. It requires consistency. It requires showing up when you don't feel like it. It requires lifting the heavy weights of forgiveness and discipline. Think about the last time you truly committed to something. Maybe it was raising your children. Maybe it was getting your degree. Maybe it was recovering from an injury. You didn't give up the first time it got hard. You pushed through. Why? Because the outcome was non-negotiable. You need to make your peace of mind non-negotiable. You need to make your financial freedom non-negotiable. When the why is strong enough, the how reveals itself. There is a concept in quantum physics called entanglement. It suggests that particles that have interacted remain connected, regardless of distance. You are entangled with your future self. That version of you, the one who is healthy, wealthy, wise, and at peace, already exists in the quantum field. They are pulling you towards them. Every time you get a hunch, an intuition, a sudden desire to go somewhere or call someone, that is your future self reeling you in. Follow the breadcrumbs. Let me tell you a story about a client of mine. Let's call him David. David was 45 years old, stuck in middle management, divorced and feeling like his best days were behind him. He watched videos like this. He read the books, but he stayed on the couch. One day, he decided to do the silence step we talked about earlier. He stopped complaining to his friends. He stopped watching the news. He started waking up at 5 a.m. just to sit in the dark and visualize his new life. For 3 weeks, nothing happened. In fact, his car broke down and he got the flu. He wanted to quit. He said, "This is nonsense." But he remembered the echo phase. He persisted. Attention, you need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you. And strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuru readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment.